Okay, so here's going to be part 2 of the rebuild of the Aquarius. Today is the day I'm going to be dropping her off at the dealer to get the swing arm back to stock length. So that's going to be replaced. This shock, that's definitely going to go because I don't know what this is. And another thing I just found out is it doesn't really have a steering dampener, and I'm probably definitely going to need one of those. Yeah, there's just nothing in there. So wow, look at all this. I hope I don't need a new wiring harness because that's going to be pretty expensive too anyway. So what I got so far is these just came in the mail today. So these are going to be the new brake lines from Core. So they're yellow just like the Aquarius. And here is the Vortex rear sprocket. It's going to be 47 teeth in the rear, 16 teeth in the front. And there's the chain that I have, and it is a 520 kit. And here is the shock that I picked up from eBay. That's definitely going to be on there. So I'm pretty much going to drop all this off to the dealer, and hopefully they can just put all this on. And I got my Rev 2 throttle kit with the these are actually the same exact grips that I had on the Aquarius. And lastly, this is the swing arm that I'm going to have. So this is definitely going to be on there. I don't know if I'm a fan of this. I don't know, I might paint it black. I should probably actually spray paint it now, but while it's off the bike, it's gonna be a lot more difficult to do when it's on the bike. But, I don't know. I'll put it on there and let's see what it looks like once it's on there. But I also got a bolt kit, and this is the new visor, the clear visor. So I got this because there's a whole crap load of missing bolts. It's on its way to the dealership. I've been eaten alive by mosquitoes. Okay, cool, we're on. Okay, so here's an update. Took it to the dealership. They told me that this is literally a can of worms, and they told me to go to somewhere where it's much cheaper to take it to, labor rate wise. At the dealership, they charge about, and I just broke something. Cool. I literally just broke something. Anyway. They told me at the dealership they charge $150 an hour. This other place that they recommended me to go to charges much less than that. I think about like $70, $75 an hour, so I'm gonna go there. As I was bringing it back, I noticed that, look at this right here. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. This is brake fluid. You see that? You see that? I don't know how well I can get that on the camera. Anyway, you guys get the point. Brake fluid. Brake fluid is leaking. So, I mean, these are very important, my front brakes, especially my front brakes. So what I'm going to do before I take it to the other place, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to replace the lines with the Core. This is exactly what I had on the Aquarius, the previous Aquarius. So I'm going to be using these for the brake lines. While I'm at the brake lines, I might as well replace the brake levers. So I got my shorty brake levers, which are gold, which is on the Aquarius. So I'm going to be replacing these. And on top of that, I'm going to be putting those on the new clip-ons. So here's the new clip-ons by Driven. This is also what I had on the Aquarius. And also with the handlebars, yes, same exact ones I had on the Aquarius. And of course, I'm going to be replacing this because the brake fluid in here is actually cracking, and that's why it's actually leaking brake fluid. So I actually got this. So I'm going to be replacing everything. And while I'm replacing that, here's my brake guard, which I also have in there. And since I'm going to be all deep in taking all this apart, I'm also just go ahead and put this throttle kit on there too. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And yeah, let's get started. So look what I just found. Took off the airbox. See anything missing there? There's no air filter. Unreal. Okay, update. I'm dropping it off at the motorcycle repair shop. So they've looked at it. They're going to change the stock swing arm. This hose actually exploded on me on the way here. Look at this, look at this. My leg is going to blister. But anyway, it's here now. They're going to fix it, and I'm just going to leave it off to them. What I did is I went ahead and put this on here. Obviously, you can see what I did. Put the brake lines on there, and I'm going to continue when I get this back to the shop. All right. Okay, the bike is off to the dealer, getting the original swing arm back on and all that good stuff. While I'm here, I might as well make myself kind of useful. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking these fairings and I'm sanding them down. I know it looks like a complete mess in here. So this shiny layer, you kind of want this off so I can actually put the primer on there. So what I'm doing is I'm just sanding the, just scuffing it, and I'm going to do that for all the fairings, even the white ones. So this one obviously is going to be blue, the tail's going to be blue, underneath blue, the side fairings are going to be blue. I'm actually looking for a the decal kit that goes from like right here to right here. I'm trying to find like a Team Yamaha one, but the only one I can find is like $300, and I'm not gonna pay $300 if it's just like a sticker. That's, I mean, literally, I'm not gonna pay that much for that. There's the old fairings. It's the tank cover right there, as you can see. So it has that shiny little coat on there. So I'm gonna be sanding that off, and these are all gonna be white, but I'm still gonna sand this off, prime it, and also paint this with a nice shiny gloss white, and of course top it off with the clear coat. Okay. Now I'm going to start to put some primer on this, but before I do it, I want to make sure everything's off of it. Obviously little fibers will be coming off of this, so what I'm going to do is, I'm supposed to use a tack cloth, a painting tack cloth, which is supposed to wipe over and it's supposed to catch everything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wash it, soap and water, make sure everything's off of it, let it dry, and then I'm going to take pretty much what I got from AutoZone, this microfiber cloth. Hopefully this will work. I'm pretty sure it'll do the same thing, but so I'm gonna wash it, soap and water, wait till it's air dry, wipe it over with this, paint it over with primer, which is, so this is the white paint that I'm going to be using. Got 2 of those, hopefully that'll work. And this is going to be the primer that I'm going to be using right here. So hopefully this will work. It should. Primer. And I got 2 cans of primer, 2 cans of the white. Here's the white. And of course I have the clear coat. This is what I'm going to be using for the clear coat. Again, it's from AutoZone. And whatever. As for the blue, I have my favorite motorcycle paint, which I use from Colorite. These guys have some amazing top coat paint for the factory color. Factory color paint. So you can go to their website, put in your bike, year, make, model, and whatever color the factory has, they'll have this color matching paint. Let's see, it's very well wrapped. Receipt info. Alright. Color coat matches original factory color. So it says Yamaha deep purplish blue, metallic blue. So it already has the sparkles and everything in there. And I got 3 of those cans. And oh, and it's the flat sprayer. So that's cool. I like that. Most of them don't have this the flat spray. It's like the round circular spray. It's great. I don't like those because they tend to clunk up, whatever. So anyway, so I'm gonna wash, dry, and then I'll be back when I start priming it. Okay, so latest and greatest, I have finished sanding the first shiny layer off, and then I rinsed them down, and then after that I waited for it to air dry. After they air dried, I went ahead and wiped it off with this little microfiber cloth right here. I know it's not a tack cloth, but hey, it's the best thing I got, so I did that. Once that was done, I went ahead and primed it with this stuff got from AutoZone. So after I primed it, I waited for that to dry. After it dried, I went ahead and re-sanded it again with this little pad right here. It's much better than sandpaper. It doesn't really fall apart on me and crack, and I have to use like 20 different things of sandpaper. This, I was able to sand this whole entire kit with just one pad, so that was great. So after that, I sanded it down, and now it is ready to be painted. However, before I did that, I was supposed to wipe it down with this tack cloth again before I started painting. Since this is not technically a tack cloth, what I did is I actually rinsed it with just water only. Rinse it off with a hose, and I'm gonna wait for this to air dry. And once it does air dry, that is when I'm going to start painting it with this stuff right here. So this is the Color Right stuff that I got. So this is I'm gonna be using the blue for, just like the Aquarius, for the main one, the gas tank cowling, the rear, the undertail rear, and the rear tail back there, and also just the two top side fairings. The white, which I'm going to be painting with this, is going to be the very bottom, which is going to be the bottom side, and this right here, which is the front wheel fairing. Once that's all done, I'm going to give a nice clear coat. All right, here we go. Okay, and this, we're gonna skip forward a little bit. This is the finished paint job. This is sanded, clean, sanded again, primed, cleaned, and then painted and clear coated. So this is all the finish. So the last thing I did was I used painter's tape and I covered this half, and I painted that little white trim right there, because on the Aquarius it had this little white trim, and it had some chrome on the very first part, which I also have too. I got that from Fast Signs, and I also did a little painter tape job on this as well, because this part right here was chrome and then this part was black. It was a black strip all the way right here, and then there was the Aquarius, which is here. I got this from Fast Signs too. This is chrome, so I'm gonna stick that right there, and that'll be pretty much the finishing touch on that. I did actually happen to save this right here, because remember this was I don't know what that is, but this was all black, so I went ahead and fixed that. So now it looks much better, as you can see. So yes, and that is it. Oh, another piece too. I forgot to put this, add this to the. But anyway, you can see it. So there's the undertail, and everything else is pretty good to go. It's a nice shine on there. It's beautiful. Very even coat all the way around. You know, not too bad for a amateur spray can paint job. I didn't have any air gun or anything like that, anything special. So even the white looks pretty good. Go ahead and let me get over here so I can get some shine from the. There we go. So all that's clear coated. Everything is shiny. So whenever the bike gets back, I'm going to start assembling all of this and putting the decals on, putting everything together and cranking it up. But you guys will have to wait for the third and final video. I'll see you guys there.